For several years, historians and archaeologists tirelessly searched for the elusive tomb of the infamous Queen Cleopatra, anticipating the invaluable insights it could provide into the life, legacy, and secrets of the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt. Cleopatra, whose life and reign have been romanticized in popular culture, ruled during a time of great political upheaval and intrigue. She is often remembered for her relationships with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, but her leadership, intelligence, and influence over the ancient world extended far beyond these alliances. However, in the modern era, advancements in technology and archaeological methodologies have played a pivotal role in unraveling numerous ancient mysteries. Ground-penetrating radar, sonar, and other high-tech tools have made it possible to discover what was once hidden beneath the sands of time. Through these innovations, mysteries surrounding Egypt's illustrious past are being revealed. Guess what? The tomb of arguably the most famous female ruler in recorded history has finally been found. After centuries of speculation, a discovery of this magnitude has the potential to reshape the way we understand not only Cleopatra's life and death, but the entire historical period in which she lived. What clues led to this phenomenal discovery? What undisclosed mysteries of that ancient civilization have been brought to light? Let's find out. It was in 1998 that archaeologists made a shocking discovery. While searching for Cleopatra's tomb, they unearthed Cleopatra's palace in Alexandria, a city Cleopatra called home, marking a significant milestone in their quest. Alexandria, one of the most important cities in the ancient world, housed vast treasures, monuments, and royal residences, but much of it had been lost to time, including Cleopatra's tomb. Led by Frank Goddio, the team of experts uncovered a well of captivating treasures from beneath the waters off the coast of Alexandria. These treasures included artifacts, coins, pottery, vases, basins, statues, and marble floors, all offering a tantalizing glimpse into the opulence and grandeur of the Ptolemaic dynasty that Cleopatra was born into and ruled over. These remarkable findings, unseen for almost 2 millennia, provided a glimpse into the luxurious lifestyle Cleopatra would have enjoyed. However, despite this celebrated achievement, the search for Cleopatra's actual tomb was far from over until now. In a surprising turn of events, the lost tomb of Queen Cleopatra has finally been discovered, bringing an end to centuries of searching. But what makes this discovery even more astounding is what was found inside and around the tomb. The historical significance of the tomb cannot be overstated. It is not just about Cleopatra's final resting place, but about uncovering the stories that had been buried with her. But to begin this unforgettable journey through time, we need to understand some context. Let's take you back to ancient Egypt, a time of intrigue, power struggles, and the rise of one of history's most captivating figures, Cleopatra. Also known as Cleopatra VII Philopator, Cleopatra was not merely a seductress who relied solely on her beauty to manipulate men, but a complex individual with a hunger for power, employing desperate measures to achieve her goals. Often underestimated in historical narratives, Cleopatra was an intelligent, multilingual female pharaoh who asserted her authority over Egypt and other regions, strategically maneuvering through a male-dominated political landscape. Her extraordinary presence and captivating personality, combined with her conversational skills, made her unforgettable. As the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic dynasty, she was the product of a rich cultural and historical lineage. Cleopatra's story begins in ancient Egypt, where she was born into a family of noble lineage. She belonged to the renowned Ptolemaic dynasty, a line of Macedonian rulers who had governed Egypt since the time of Alexander the Great. However, her upbringing took place in a politically unstable climate, with power struggles and rivalries tearing the kingdom apart. Amidst the chaos, Cleopatra's family became entangled in a complex web of alliances and betrayals. To secure her place on the throne, Cleopatra was compelled to marry her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII, as was custom among the ruling families of Egypt. Together, they were expected to bring prosperity to Egypt. However, their partnership was far from harmonious. Cleopatra soon realized that her brother lacked the wisdom and strength necessary to govern a kingdom as great as Egypt. She understood that to be an effective ruler, she needed to assert her dominance, and she wasted no time in doing so. Cleopatra's sharp intellect and magnetic presence helped her win the loyalty of her people, though it did not come without a fair share of challenges. She faced numerous obstacles in her quest to establish her authority. One of Cleopatra's primary endeavors as a leader was the modernization of Egypt and the strengthening of its economy. Recognizing that Egypt had once been the world's breadbasket, Cleopatra sought to reinvigorate its agriculture and trade systems. Under her leadership, Egypt flourished. Advancements in irrigation systems, expanded trade networks, and increased agricultural productivity brought prosperity to the kingdom and elevated its status on the world stage. Cleopatra's grasp on leadership extended beyond domestic affairs. She was also a master of diplomacy. One of her most famous alliances was with Julius Caesar, the powerful Roman general and statesman. Cleopatra's relationship with Caesar is often portrayed through the lens of romance, but it was as much a political alliance as anything else. Cleopatra utilized her influence to secure Egypt's protection and favorable trade agreements with Rome. Following Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE, Cleopatra aligned herself with another Roman general, Mark Antony. Their relationship, much like her bond with Caesar, was rooted in both love and political necessity. Together, Cleopatra and Antony formed a formidable partnership, but this too would come under scrutiny. Octavian, the future Augustus, who viewed Cleopatra and Antony as a threat to his ambitions, waged war against them, leading to their ultimate defeat. Cleopatra's reign, marked by political savvy and cultural patronage, eventually culminated in tragedy. Following their defeat at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, Cleopatra and Antony fled to Alexandria. In the face of overwhelming odds and the approach of Octavian's forces, Antony took his own life. Cleopatra, in despair, followed suit shortly after. According to the most famous accounts, she arranged for an asp, a venomous Egyptian snake, to bite her, resulting in her death. The tragic love story of Cleopatra and Antony has captured the imaginations of historians, writers, and artists for centuries. But Cleopatra's death is more than a tale of romance and sorrow. It represents the fall of the Ptolemaic dynasty and the end of Egypt as an independent kingdom. Octavian would go on to conquer Egypt, absorbing it into the Roman Empire. Now, after centuries of searching, Cleopatra's final resting place has been uncovered. But what was found inside the tomb? Initial reports indicate the discovery of items that give new insights into Cleopatra's life and death. Among the artifacts are symbols of both Egyptian and Roman origin, hinting at the blending of cultures that characterized Cleopatra's reign. Additionally, the tomb contained sarcophagi believed to hold both Cleopatra and Antony. The tomb's construction and the presence of inscriptions shed light on how Cleopatra wished to be remembered not as a tragic figure, but as a powerful ruler who left an indelible mark on history. Another stunning revelation comes in the form of documents and scrolls found in the tomb, many of which had been sealed for millennia. These texts may offer new details about Cleopatra's reign, her relationships with Caesar and Antony, and the inner workings of her court. Historians are particularly excited about the possibility that these documents could clarify long-standing mysteries about Cleopatra's diplomatic strategies and her involvement in the broader political world of the Mediterranean. Perhaps the greatest mystery of all is whether the tomb holds any clues to the fate of Cleopatra and Antony's children. After their parents' deaths, their 3 children were taken to Rome. History records that Cleopatra's son with Caesar, Caesar Ion, was killed on Octavian's orders, but the fates of her children with Antony remain murky. If the tomb contains any references to them, it could reshape our understanding of what happened to Cleopatra's lineage. The discovery of Cleopatra's tomb is more than just an archaeological triumph. It represents the fulfillment of centuries of speculation and a renewed opportunity to explore the life of one of history's most enigmatic figures. Cleopatra was more than a queen and lover. She was a shrewd diplomat, a brilliant leader, and a cultural patron who worked tirelessly to ensure Egypt's prosperity. Through her alliances with some of Rome's most powerful men, Cleopatra carved out a place in history that endures to this day. As historians and archaeologists continue to study the artifacts and documents found in Cleopatra's tomb, we can expect new revelations that will deepen our understanding of ancient Egypt and the Mediterranean world. This remarkable discovery serves as a reminder of how much there is still to learn from the past, and how the stories of figures like Cleopatra continue to resonate across the millennia. The recent discovery of Cleopatra's tomb has generated excitement among archaeologists and historians, as this mystery has captivated scholars and the public alike for centuries. Yet, before delving into these modern findings, it is essential to understand the broader context, particularly the fate of Cleopatra's children, such as Cleopatra Selene, and how they shaped the legacy of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Cleopatra Selene, the daughter of Cleopatra and Mark Antony, endured a dramatically different destiny than her tragic parents. Following the defeat of Cleopatra and Mark Antony at the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, their children faced an uncertain future. The Roman leader Octavian, later Emperor Augustus, after securing his victory and establishing control over Egypt, took Cleopatra Selene and her brothers to Rome as captives. This act symbolized Rome's dominance over Egypt and was a common practice for consolidating power over newly conquered territories by taking high-profile hostages. However, Cleopatra Selene's fate diverged from the typical course of captives. Unlike her brothers, one of whom was executed and the other largely disappeared from the historical record, Cleopatra Selene was given in marriage to King Juba II of Mauritania, an ally of Rome. With this political marriage, Augustus sought to secure Mauritania as a client kingdom under Roman influence, while Cleopatra Selene was granted a royal status, albeit in a foreign land.